So they keep coming in. So that's a very good
tick. And you scaled your business. I suppose you had you by yourself, and then you had other employees with you. Or tell me about your the process of starting just by yourself and then growing your business, and how big did it become really?
Well, I got to the point I had probably 2 staff in the office and some sitting outside as well. I'm now at the point where everybody sits outside the office and they work from home, and it suits everybody. It really does. I don't have employees, I have contractors. And I find that works better for them as well. They all have other customers and clientele, but it also gives everybody a bit of flexibility. Sometimes I have to wait for them to do some things, or sometimes they'll say, Max, I can't help you with this client because I've got so much on my own business. But that's the pros and cons of coming to it.
And so when you are trying to scale again this enterprise that you've got, how do you know when you need to hire somebody? And
it's workload.
Do you think, I suppose, do you hire them before it gets crazy, or before you see that it's going to get busier, or when you get busy then you go and try and find somebody?
It's another hard lesson I learned.
Yeah.
So I was whining and dining with that guy, who became a really good client. Remember the one I had to go and sort out some problems the week I started?
Okay.
So we're off having a few beers on a Friday night. And he said, what are you doing in the weekend, Max? And I said, I've got to do invoicing, I've got to do this and this and this. He said, what? I said, I've got all this administration to do, and I've got to write a couple of letters and these sort of things. And he said, why are you doing all that? He said, how much do you charge an hour? And that's the lesson you've learned. When you start getting overloaded and you haven't got time for yourself or your family anymore, that's when you've got to make that's a trigger. It's really go and get some more staff. And I like the contracting of it, because if business dies down a bit, and look, our businesses goes like this because not everyone's consistently got problems, then you can say, well, there's no work on available, but as soon as I do, I'll come back to you. And you pay a little bit more for people on contracts, but why not? They're worth it.
It works for you right now, does it?
So lessons learned, work out what your costs are, work out what your weekly budgets should be, and also keep an eye on that cash flow. I think another good tip I got was keep, at least in the early days, it was $40,000. I'll never forget the number, in the bank, black, not in debt, or you're able to source that amount. Keep it black because of emergencies, and I would say even more now if you can. And it's not easy to do, to put that sort of money aside.